Hello and welcome to our series of FLP North America special training webinars. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Bill Lewis and I'll be your host for this presentation on 3 of our unique nutritional products. With me today is our Director of Research and Development, Jennifer Alfrey. Jennifer heads up a team of nutritional experts that work to ensure that we have the very best products on the market. And we are so excited to hear about what she has to say about our Forever Gingko Plus, our Forever Fields of Green, and Forever Garlic Thyme. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Bill. I'm excited to be here and share information about these 3 fantastic products.
Wonderful.
So I know last week, this is a continuation, or last month I should say, where Holly spoke about some of our other superfood products. And today I'm going to continue with that conversation talking about Fields of Greens and Forever Gingko Plus and Garlic Thyme, and extend into a concept that maybe some people have heard of, maybe they haven't, but it's super herbs. We've heard about superfoods and what those are all about, but there's a new term that's kind of becoming popular. It even popped up on a UK web magazine with an article titled "Forget Superfoods, Expert Reveal the 10 Super Herbs." So whether you've heard about it or not, or you've heard about us talking about superfoods or super herbs, the concept is exactly the same. It means that you have a food or a botanical with a lot of nutritional power associated with it. It means it's very nutrient dense, or there's a lot of nutrition packed into a really small package. And that's what we're going to be talking about today with 3 of our superfood and super herb products today. So the first one that I want to talk about is our Fields of Greens. This is another one of those superfood products that Holly had discussed previously. And this goes into the idea that with today's really busy lifestyles and the convenience of fast foods, we very often forget to eat fresh green foods. And even if you are eating fresh green foods with salads and broccoli and that are green, most of us don't eat grasses. I know I don't. Sometimes I'll put those alfalfa sprouts on my salad, but it's not very often that you get those grasses and sit there and chew on grasses. But it's become very popular when you go to the juicing places where they'll juice wheatgrass and barley grass for you. So this is a more convenient way than having to stop and get your wheatgrass juice or your barley grass juice. We're looking at it in our Fields of Green product. And so this is our forever living simple solution to convenience eating with our Fields of Greens. With this unique formula, we actually start with a base of wheatgrass and barley grass. And these grasses are very often thought of as those superfoods because they are nutrient dense. They're loaded with those nutrients. In addition to having vitamins and minerals, these grasses also have a number of other nutrients that are called phytonutrients or plant nutrients. And one of these plant nutrients is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a substance that actually gives the wheatgrass and barley grass their really deep green color. And it's also a great antioxidant. And I'm not sure how many of you have been to some of those juicing places, but they very often grow their wheatgrass in a tray. But if you look at the grasses that are grown naturally in the soil, they actually have a much deeper green color. And that's because it's that chlorophyll that's in there. And the chlorophyll is much more concentrated when you grow that wheatgrass or barley grass in soil as opposed to the tray. That's not to say the trays are bad, but you get a lot more concentration of that wheatgrass and that chlorophyll and those nutrients when it gets to be that darker, deeper green. And that's what we've put into our Fields of Greens tablets. And so if any of you have ever seen them and you look at them, they're a really dark green. And that is coming from those natural dark green grasses, the wheatgrass and the barley grass. Barley grass is actually used worldwide in soups and stews and making barley bread. It also gets used a lot for making malted milk, wine, and beer, but beer isn't really where you want to go find your super nutrients. We want the actual barley grass. And if you look at the history of barley grass, it has a very, very long history. Its usage dates back to 7000 BC. And it's even believed that some of the ancient gladiators used barley grass to boost their strength and endurance when they were competing in those competitions. We also, in our fields of greens, we have alfalfa. In addition to these grasses, the barley and wheatgrass, we also have alfalfa. And the alfalfa is part of the legume family, but it's also considered an herb, and many people put it on their salads. But it is actually something that's been prized for its superior content of vitamins and minerals and protein for a long time in the animal nutrition industry as well. And it is used a lot for animal feed sources, and there's many, many studies showing that the animals that eat this alfalfa are stronger and healthier animals. And humans, we can eat the alfalfa grass as well. And it's usually consumed in a supplement like our fields of greens or as the sprouts that you put on your salads, or some people might like to just eat them straight. But they are super nutrient dense, and that goes along with our superfoods that we have in our Forever Living product line. Some of the things that are really unique about our barley grass and our wheatgrass and our alfalfa is where we source them from. We actually, with our grasses and our alfalfa, went to the experts in our nutrient sources, and we went to the leading experts in green superfoods. And they use actually a patented dual zone low temperature dryer. So it's a patented way of actually how they get those grass. So those grasses are grown in really nutrient dense soil to put all those great nutrients in there, make them that deep dark green color. And then they are harvested and they go through a drying process to turn them into a powder. If you don't do the drying the right way, you lose some of those nutrients. But our experts that we work with to get these raw materials from actually have patented a process that uses low temperature, so we're not destroying those nutrients, and that maximize the nutritional value of those grasses. And then we've added to that a little bit of cayenne and a little bit of honey. And cayenne is that chili pepper. So it's going to give you that pop of antioxidants that goes in there and give you a little bit of spice. If you really taste it, you'll get just a hint of spice. I like spicy, but don't worry if you don't like spicy. You're not going to have too much spice when you taste the fields of greens, and you can either swallow it or chew it. When you look at the history of chili, it's another one of those North American, South American botanicals that has a long history. And it's another one that has been used for over 9,000 years. There are records dating back to 7,000 BC of people eating cayenne peppers and using them not only for food, but for their wonderful health properties that they have to them. And they have this extra antioxidant support for healthy circulation and healthy digestion. We've also added just a little bit of honey that provides an extra energy boost in taking the fields of greens, but it is also what we use as our glue, basically. In holding all those green powders together, you've got to have something that makes it stick together. And we wanted to use something that is nutritionally sound, as well as being something that can help bind all of these nutrients together. And that's what this honey is. And if any of you have ever been on a tour of Forever Nutraceuticals, you'll see that when we make this product, it goes through what's called a granulation step. So after we've blended all of these wonderful grasses together in our blender, then it goes into a different blender where we pour the liquid honey over the top. And then that makes it so it's all nice and sticky. It gets spread out on trays to where then it can be dried. And again, it's temperature controlled and moisture controlled. All of our quality steps are in place. And then that helps make it so that it can be stuck together when we put it in that tablet press. So we try to use natural ingredients as much as we possibly can in building these products. So when you look at the ingredient list of our fields of greens, it is really a cornucopia of green foods for your body. It is just that excellent green food source for you. So it's a fantastic product to add to your diet. and your supplementation program to give you that little extra green grasses for you. All right, our next product is our Forever Garlic Thyme. And it's been around with the company for quite some time, but it is still one of our favorite products around the world. And this kind of gets us that transition. We've been talking about superfoods. Now we're going to transition a little bit into super herbs, because garlic and thyme are both a food and a herb. They are spices that we use regularly in our cooking, and they are grown all over the world and used throughout a variety of different cultures. But garlic, actually, a little known fact is it is thought that garlic is native to Siberia. And that's really where it originally started growing, and then it spread to other parts of the world. And so it started over 5,000 years ago. And if you look back in history as to how both thyme and garlic have been used, they date back to ancient Egypt. There's an ancient Egyptian papyrus dating to 1500 BC that listed over 22 healthy uses for garlic, not just as a spice and flavoring in food, but all of these wonderful traditional uses that they've used in Egypt for this. And then now with today's new science, scientists are really starting to understand how it works and why those ancient Egyptians used garlic so much. One of the reasons is there is a chemical or nutrient inside of garlic called allicin. But allicin is also kind of what makes garlic stinky, makes it smell. So there is also a precursor in garlic known as allicin. And when garlic is cut or crushed, there's enzymes that are naturally in that garlic that react, and they convert that allicin to allicin. And then that's where you get those immune enhancing benefits and the heart health benefits that have been used traditionally in Egypt and all over the world. And the studies have shown that garlic's other nutrients also help convert fat to energy and help protect against free radicals. So there's antioxidant properties to garlic. So lots and lots of rich history in the use of garlic. And then thyme is another one that was used by the ancient Egyptians. They used thyme for embalming, and the ancient Greeks used it in their baths and as incense, and they believed that it was a source of courage. And then in Europe, actually during the Middle Ages, this herb used to be placed under pillows to aid in sleep, and they thought it would ward off nightmares during the Middle Ages. But today we know it for its ability to make things taste really good. Thyme is one of my favorite herbs to cook with, and it's actually been used in cheese making too. And then if you continue looking at the history of thyme, not only does it have some of this folklore in being used for warding off bad dreams, but if you look at back to Hippocrates, who is known as kind of the father of Western medicine, dating around 460 BC. He actually recommended thyme for respiratory health, and he was the first one to start using thyme to not only help with cooking and flavors and some of the folklore, but started using it in his medicinal practices as well. But now our modern research shows that thyme has the potential benefits for immune health as well. So immune health, circulatory health, and it's a powerful, powerful antioxidant. Some of the ingredients in thyme are things called saponins and thymol. There's different active ingredients in thyme that have wonderful, wonderful health benefits for us, besides smelling good and making our food taste good. When you look at what we've done with these traditional herbs that date back in ancient Egypt and ancient Greece, we have taken some modern technology and been able to use a garlic that goes through a special fermentation process. And this maximizes those actives in the garlic. And we provide a 100-to-1 concentrated extract in our product. And then we put it into a soft gel. That means it's fully encapsulated, and that garlic oil is inside the soft gel, so you don't have that odor going on. So you don't have to worry about the garlic smell when you take the product. And our thyme product, our thyme ingredient, is also another one of those high quality things where we have looked to make sure that we are sourcing the best quality ingredients in our products. And our thyme powder that we've selected is steam processed to make sure that we maintain the integrity of the actives. And then it gets milled into a really fine powder, and it's combined with our garlic oil and then put into the soft gel. And then that soft gel makes it so that the herbs of these potent, the odor of these potent herbs is controlled, and they're a nice small soft gel, so they're easy to swallow. So you get the benefits, the health benefits and the nutritional benefits of garlic and thyme without having to worry about that stinky garlic smell that not everybody enjoys very much. So another fantastic benefit to our Forever product line is that we have combined these two powerful antioxidants to create an amazing tool in maintaining your health. One note with garlic to keep in mind, though, is that garlic can interact with your medications if you're taking certain medications. So if you are on medications, make sure you check with your health professional before you take this product. Otherwise, this one is a fantastic product to get the benefits of garlic. Our next product that we're going to be talking about is Gingko Plus. So we've looked at superfoods from the American continent, and with our fields of green, taken a page out of Egyptian history with garlic thyme. And now we're going to look at the Chinese civilizations and discover what our unique Gingko Plus formula has to offer. This formula not only contains ginkgo, but it contains 3 other Chinese plants that not everybody's very familiar with. So we've got 4 unique Chinese herbs and botanicals that are combined into our Gingko Plus formula. Now, of course, the primary ingredient in Gingko Plus is ginkgo biloba. And if you look at ginkgo biloba, if you're not familiar with it, if you look on our screen, that image over on the side is that fan-shaped leaf. And it comes from one of the oldest surviving tree species. And they live incredibly long years, over 1,000 years many times. And the pale colored nuts that are on these trees are eaten in Asia as a snack or in savory dishes. And the fruits, not so much. They're really stinky fruits. So not everybody eats the fruits. They've got some nutrition to it. But it's the leaves that have been really traditionally used in Chinese medicine and Chinese history. They have been infused into hot water to make a tea, is how they've traditionally been used. And if you've ever been to places where ginkgo trees are in the fall, they turn beautiful, amazing colors in the fall. And then if you travel across the sea to Europe, you'll see that ginkgo biloba is actually one of the most popular herbal supplements. It has a ton of research with our modern medicine in looking at how ginkgo works. It's been used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine because it supports healthy circulation. But the newer research studies have figured out that by supporting healthy circulation, it increases circulation to the brain. And that's why in Chinese medicine, they have also used it as what they call a brain tonic, where it increases circulation, so it has some benefits to enhancing memory, enhancing focus, creativity, lots of wonderful benefits of ginkgo. And then we have combined our ginkgo with these 3 other powerful Chinese herbs. We have reishi mushroom, and it is a medicinal mushroom that's been used also for thousands of years in Chinese medicine. And it's best known for its benefits to the immune system. But newer research shows it has really powerful antioxidant activity, and that it has a support for brain health. So it's been combined with our ginkgo in our unique formula so that these 2 herbs work synergistically. And then we've also added schisandra berries to this. Again, it's another Chinese medicine that's known as what's called an adaptogen, where it helps your body adapt. And in this case, for increased energy and endurance. And if you look at the traditional Chinese medicine, they call it qi invigorating or qi invigorating. And the Chinese believed that qi or qi was the type of life force energy that we have. And that's why you would take schisandra is to support that life force, that energy balance. But today's scientists know that it actually has some abilities to support endurance. It's been researched in some sports performance and even newer research looking at its potential benefits for memory and cognition. So again, we've got another complementary Chinese herb. These three are combining together. So I'll tell you a little bit about this last one that probably most people have not heard of. It's called pho tea. The botanical name for that is really kind of a tongue twister, Polygonum multiflorum. And this is the root that we're using for the pho tea. And we use the cured root. And that follows along with traditional Chinese medicine. One thing you want to make sure that you don't get confused, what we're using here with pho tea is not the same thing as some of the commercial products out on the market that are pho tea tang. That is not real pho tea. What we're using is the pho tea that has been used for centuries in Chinese medicine for everything from graying hair that they used to use it for to anti-aging, but it's included in our product because of its benefits to support ginkgo and support memory and focus. And that's why we've combined these four wonderful botanicals together. Now, like our other products, we want to make sure that we're using the very best ingredients. So in the case of our ginkgo, we're using a 50-to-1 extract, and we've standardized it to both flavonoids and what's called terpenoids. The ginkgo trees are very resistant to insects and fungi, and this means that they produce really high levels of antioxidants and other very beneficial compounds, and that those are produced in their leaves to help ward off the insects so that they don't eat the leaves, and it protects the tree. And the scientists, now that we've looked at this, we found that there are more than 40 components of ginkgo. And then out of those 40 components, there's two categories that are really believed to be beneficial to humans, and there's studies on those. And those two categories are the flavonoids and the terpenoids. And the flavonoids are antioxidant nutrients. You might have heard of nutrients like quercetin and rutin that help complement vitamin C. Those are the kinds of flavonoids that are in our ginkgo biloba extract. And then we also have terpenoids in there. And our product, our material that we source, is standardized to make sure that we have a minimum level of these flavonoids and terpenoids. Not just one component, but multiple components are tested and standardized for on this material to make sure that we're getting as close to nature as possible and a truly high quality ginkgo that goes into this product. And then we've done the same thing with the other botanicals that we put in there. Our reishi mushroom is a 5-to-1 extract, the schisandra 6-to-1, and the pho tea a 10-to-1 to make sure that we're getting the right ratios of those active, nutritionally supportive components of these mushrooms and berries and the ginkgo leaves. And they very much work together in synergy to help support your memory and your cognition and your focus. So this one is a fantastic product to help, again, with supporting your brain health. If you want to get a little more creative and support your memory, Ginkgo Plus is the product for you. Like our garlic, though, the ginkgo does interact with some medications. So if you are on medications, you want to make sure you check with your doctor before you take ginkgo, because it can interact with certain medications like blood thinners. So make sure that you do that double check on this product. If you're not on medications, you want that extra focus, let's go take some ginkgo and help us get focused. So that kind of wraps up all of our superfoods and super herbs, and I am so glad that Bill invited me to join you guys today.
Well, thank you very much, Jennifer. We really appreciate all that you do to give us such great products. So keep up the good work, and I'm sure you've got a lot of exciting things coming our way in the next year or two. And we're very, very excited to represent a company that has such wonderful nutritional products. So again, Jennifer, thank you.
No problem. It's definitely my pleasure.
Okay. Okay. Now let me share my screen here so that I can. Got a couple other things that I'd like to share with you. And let me get here. Very good. Okay, I wanted to share with you now as we wrap up some really important events that you have to help you build your business coming up in 2018. So let's start with the New Year Kickstart. This is an exciting event that's coming up here in Scottsdale, and all of our North American FBOs are certainly invited to come. We encourage you to come. It is on January 20th, which is a Saturday. Tickets are $40, including a wonderful lunch, and you can find out more about it, as you can see right there, by going to New Year Kickstart 2018 at eventbrite.com, and there you can purchase your tickets. They are limited. I think we're limited to just a few hundred because of the size of the venue, so be sure to get your tickets as soon as possible. You'll see there on the screen it says $0 to $40. Let me explain what that means. The $40 is a ticket to the meeting, the training meeting, which, by the way, I guess I should mention that it is Jane Leach, our diamond manager from the UK, will be here to share her expertise and her training as we get the new year started. And this will be a good 4 hours at least of training on building your business and getting it started. And for those of us who've been in the business for a while, of kind of like a new year kickstart, a new kickstart for us. So that is on the Saturday, including the luncheon. In addition to that, on Friday, we are offering tours of Nutraceutical, and those tours are free of charge. So that's why you can go on Eventbrite and you can register for the tour at $0, of course, but we still like to know how many people are coming, and we certainly hope that you will attend the training on the Saturday. In addition to the Friday tours and the Saturday training, we also have another series of events. On Friday, we are going to be packing meals for Rise for Hunger. Many of you are familiar with this program. We met our goal of packing 1 million meals in this year, as a matter of fact, 2017. Our goal is jumping to much, much higher than that for worldwide participation next year. And so you're certainly welcome to come over here at the home office, and we will be packing meals all day long on Friday. We'll have several 1.5 hour shifts, and you can certainly come and join on all of those and have some fun, as well as helping to feed very, very hungry children around the world. So don't forget, New Year Kickstart 2018, January 19th and 20th. We look forward to seeing you here. Then let's not forget, of course, our great global rally. What an opportunity. We've had global rallies all over the world, from Singapore to London to South Africa, and we are excited to be bringing the global rally back to the good old North America. In Dallas, Texas. This will be the 22nd through the 30th of April. The main rally days are the 29th and 30th, or the 27th and 28th of April, this Friday and Saturday. You can purchase tickets for $40 at a very special link. Now let me explain. We have set aside a certain number of seats that can only be purchased by FBOs who live in North America. I might add that all of the other seats have been sold out worldwide. There are so many of our FBOs who are so excited to come that those seats have been sold out. Well, we still have a section that is just for North America FBOs. So take a look, write this down, this link. It's bit.ly/2JUFLUK, and you need to enter a password, and that password is USA. If you do that, you will be able to purchase a ticket after confirming that you are a North American FBO. So this is the event of the year. Even though you may not qualify to attend it with expenses paid, we invite you to purchase a ticket, come, Bring your friends, bring your contacts. I guarantee you, once they come to that rally, they will be so excited. Next, don't forget our series of webinars that are going on a regular basis for North America. We are very, very proud of these, and be sure to keep up every week and every month with our webinars. We have weekly business opportunity presentations on Tuesday evenings. You can register for these on an ongoing basis by going to bit.ly FBA webinars, and register for the week that you would like to attend, the week that you'd like to share with your contacts. And we always have our monthly special topics webinars. This is one of them, and this one was on nutritional products. We will be having them continuing on in January all the way through the end of the year, different topics each month, so you'll want to be sure and use these wonderful tools that the company has invested in, and not only in a monetary means, but in the time that it takes to develop them, to write them out, to present them. And we have guest speakers just about every month. So these are excellent opportunities that you won't want to pass up. Okay, that does it for today. Be sure to register for our next monthly training in January. And in the meantime, we wish for you a very happy holiday season with your loved ones, and all the best as you work to build your forever business. Bye for now.